Kody Brown didn't just cross a line, he obliterated it. Days before Janelle's wedding, while she was preparing to legally start a new life, Kody allegedly sent her a certified, physical document titled Spiritual Eviction. Not a text, not an email, a mailed packet, 10 pages long, signed, delivered. According to multiple sources, the document claims that Janelle's upcoming marriage violates their so-called eternal covenant and that, as a result, Kody is revoking her place in the celestial afterlife. In other words, he believes he has the authority to exile her soul. Let that sink in. This wasn't grief. This wasn't heartbreak. This was control. The language in the letter reportedly pulls directly from the most extreme foundations of their former faith. Kody allegedly argues that because he was the priesthood holder who sealed the marriage, only he has the power to unseal it. Even if Janelle marries another man legally, spiritually she still belongs to him. It's not symbolic. It's not metaphorical. It's possessive. He is claiming ownership over her eternity. Imagine planning your wedding, choosing flowers, tasting cake, and receiving a courier package from your ex-husband informing you that you are being removed from heaven. That's not religion. That's intimidation. Sources say the document lists what Kody calls violations: Janelle's independence, her relationship with her children, her refusal to obey him, and her choice to love someone else. He allegedly frames her growth as betrayal and her happiness as apostasy. The timing is not accidental. This was sent right before the wedding for one reason only: to shake her, to trigger fear, to make her doubt herself at the last possible moment. For decades, Kody maintained power by using the afterlife as leverage. Obedience on earth in exchange for salvation later. But that tactic failed. Because Janelle is no longer the woman who sat quietly while being lectured about loyalty. She has already dismantled the belief system that kept her small. She understands that a man with a printer does not control her soul. And her response proved it. She didn't hire a lawyer. She didn't argue. She didn't beg. She mailed him a wedding invitation. Heavy cardstock. Elegant design. Full details. And one name that detonated Kody's ego. The officiant. According to insiders, when Kody saw who would be legally pronouncing Janelle free, he completely lost control. Shouting. Pacing. Rage. Not sadness, rage. There are two names circulating, and both are catastrophic for him. The first is David Woolley, Christine's husband. The man Kody has spent months trying to discredit. If David stands at the altar, it publicly transfers authority from the man who demanded obedience to the man who earned respect. It signals replacement. Not metaphorically, structurally. The second possibility cuts even deeper. Logan Brown. Janelle's eldest son. The child who cooked, parented, and carried responsibility while Kody chased control. If Logan officiates the wedding, it is a symbolic transfer of leadership. Son replacing father. Authority moving to competence. Sources say Kody views either option as blasphemy. But the truth is simpler. He is watching his power dissolve. The spiritual eviction letter wasn't about faith. It was about panic. A man realizing that fear no longer works. That the threats that once kept women compliant now sound ridiculous. And the humiliation doesn't stop there. According to wedding insiders, Janelle plans to destroy her original claddagh ring during the ceremony. Not quietly, not privately, publicly. A controlled fire ritual. The ring, once the symbol of loyalty, submission, and sacred loneliness, will be melted down in front of witnesses. Not stored. Not sold. Destroyed. Fire doesn't negotiate. Fire ends things. Sources claim the melted gold may even be reused, transformed into something new, something chosen freely. Alchemy in real time. Turning decades of control into closure. Kody reportedly views this as a personal attack. He allegedly claims the ring is a religious artifact and that destroying it is sacrilege. But legally and symbolically, the ring became Janelle's the moment it was given to her. He doesn't get to reclaim it, just like he doesn't get to reclaim her. And now, in true Kody fashion, he's threatening legal action. Not to stop the marriage, he can't, but to stop it from being shown. He's reportedly consulting fringe religious freedom attorneys, claiming that airing the ceremony would violate his constitutional rights. It's desperation. He can't control the woman, so he tries to control the narrative. Meanwhile, Janelle is writing vows that insiders describe as a direct rejection of everything plural marriage demanded of her. Equality, transparency, financial honesty, love without competition, partnership without hierarchy. Every word contradicts the system Kody built. And that's the real reason his unraveling. Because the letter didn't exile Janelle. It exposed him. He didn't evict her from heaven. He evicted himself from relevance. While he clings to documents and lawsuits, she's building a future surrounded by children, support, and peace. The afterlife threat failed because she finally chose life. Kody tried to play God. Janelle chose freedom. And this time, she wins. Kody Brown didn't act out of pain. He acted out of fear. Only days before Janelle was scheduled to remarry, while she was closing the final chapter on her life with him, Kody allegedly made a move so extreme it shocked even longtime insiders. Instead of staying quiet or moving on, he reportedly sent Janelle a formally delivered, certified packet meant to carry weight and pressure. The heading on the document was chilling: spiritual eviction. According to sources familiar with its contents, the paperwork runs several pages and reads like a declaration of ownership, not a farewell. Kody allegedly claims that Janelle's upcoming marriage breaks their eternal agreement, and that he alone has the authority to remove her from the celestial afterlife tied to their former union. In plain terms, he is accused of telling her this: "You may be free in court, but spiritually you still belong to me." This was not written by a man seeking closure. This was written by a man losing control. Insiders say the language pulls directly from the harshest doctrines of their past religious system. Kody allegedly argues that because he served as the priesthood holder who sealed the marriage, no outside authority, legal, religious, or personal, has the power to dissolve it without his consent. The implication is disturbing. Even with a new husband, Janelle's soul remains under Kody's command. Picture this. You are days away from your wedding. Your future feels real, solid, earned. And then a courier arrives at your door carrying papers from your ex-husband declaring that you are being stripped of your place in eternity. That isn't belief. That is intimidation disguised as faith. The document reportedly outlines what Kody labels as violations: Janelle choosing independence, refusing submission, maintaining strong bonds with her children, and committing to a new partner. Her autonomy is treated as defiance. Her happiness is framed as sin. And the timing was deliberate. This wasn't sent during divorce proceedings. This wasn't sent years ago. This was sent right before she said "I do." For decades, Kody's authority was enforced through fear of the afterlife. Loyalty on earth in exchange for salvation later. Disobedience meant eternal consequences. That fear kept women quiet. But it doesn't work on Janelle anymore. She is no longer bound by a belief system that used terror as leverage. She understands that a man unraveling on paper does not control her destiny. And her response proved that he miscalculated. She did not argue. She did not plead. She did not panic. She mailed him a wedding invitation. Not as an insult, as a statement. Because that invitation carried a detail that shattered whatever power he thought he still had. Printed clearly was the name of the person who would officiate the ceremony, the individual who would legally and symbolically declare her free. According to insiders, the moment Kody saw that name, he exploded. And that's where this story truly begins. That wedding invitation wasn't sent for courtesy. It was sent as a warning. Because printed at the center of that card was the one detail Kody Brown could not ignore: the name of the person chosen to officiate Janelle's wedding. According to multiple insiders, the moment Kody read it, he didn't go quiet. He detonated. We're talking about rage, not heartbreak. Shouting, pacing, slamming doors, spiraling accusations. Not the reaction of a man grieving a lost marriage, the reaction of a man realizing his authority was about to be publicly erased. Two names are circulating behind the scenes, and either one represents a complete collapse of Kody's self-image. The first possibility is David Woolley, Christine's husband. The man Kody has spent months mocking, dismissing, and attacking in private conversations. If David stands at the altar and officiates Janelle's marriage, it isn't just symbolic, It's humiliating. It means the man Kody branded an outsider now holds the authority Kody believed belonged exclusively to him. That moment would announce a shift no manifesto can undo. The old patriarch has been replaced. David represents everything Kody isn't: steady, chosen, respected. If he performs the ceremony, it visually confirms that leadership in this family no longer comes from fear or religious threats, but from presence and consistency. Kody isn't being challenged. He's being bypassed. But the second rumor cuts even deeper. Some sources say the officiant may be Logan Brown, Janelle's eldest son. The son who stepped up when Kody stepped away. The one who fed siblings, managed chaos, and carried adult responsibility while Kody chased obedience. In the family's own cultural framework, the eldest son carries weight, and Logan carries history. If Logan officiates his mother's wedding, it would be an open declaration that the son has replaced the father. Authority transferred. Legacy rewritten. Patriarchy dismantled from the inside. Insiders claim Kody reacted violently to this possibility. He allegedly called it blasphemous, accused Janelle of weaponizing the children, and ranted that God's order was being mocked. But the truth is simpler. Kody doesn't fear sacrilege, he fears irrelevance. Because no matter which name is chosen, the message is the same. Kody no longer decides who matters. He no longer controls the narrative. And he no longer holds spiritual power over this family. The officiant choice isn't random. It's intentional. It's a calculated rejection of everything Kody demanded obedience for. It says this clearly: your authority has expired. And that's why the spiritual eviction letter exists in the first place. It wasn't about faith. It wasn't about salvation. It was a preemptive strike from a man who sensed the collapse coming and tried to stop it with paper and threats. But instead of stopping the wedding, he exposed himself. Because while Kody was sending documents and declarations, Janelle was doing something far more dangerous to him, moving on without fear. And the officiant was only the beginning. Because what she plans to do next, in front of witnesses, cameras, and family, turns this wedding into something Kody never anticipated. Not a marriage. A demolition. The officiant choice was only the first strike. What Janelle plans next is the knockout blow. According to multiple people involved in the wedding planning, this ceremony isn't designed to be quiet, gentle, or polite. It's designed to end something publicly, and Kody is not ready for what's coming. Janelle is reportedly planning to destroy her original wedding ring during the ceremony. Not remove it. Not box it up. Not sell it later. Destroy it. The ring, the one that once symbolized loyalty, obedience, and what their belief system called sacred sacrifice, is allegedly going into fire. Real fire. A controlled burn, placed intentionally at the center of the ceremony. This is not accidental symbolism. This is deliberate erasure. For years, that ring represented Kody's control. It marked who was in and who was expendable. Wearing it meant compliance. Losing it meant punishment. It wasn't jewelry, it was a leash. And Janelle isn't unclipping it. She's burning it. Sources say the ritual is being framed as a transformation, not a farewell. The idea is simple and brutal. The life she survived will not be preserved. It will be melted down, stripped of its original meaning, and turned into something new. Fire doesn't negotiate. Fire doesn't compromise. Fire leaves nothing intact. Insiders claim the gold may be reshaped or reused, not as a symbol of submission, but as proof that Kody's authority can be reduced to raw material and repurposed without his consent. When word of this reached Kody, the reaction was explosive. He allegedly called it sacrilegious. He allegedly claimed the ring was spiritually consecrated. He allegedly insisted that destroying it was an attack on his faith. But the truth is far more personal. That ring represents the version of Janelle who tolerated him. And watching it melt means watching that version disappear forever. This is where Kody's behavior shifts from anger to panic. According to insiders, he began threatening legal action almost immediately. Not to stop the marriage, he knows he can't, but to stop the moment from being seen. He reportedly believes that if the footage never airs, the humiliation won't be permanent. So now he's scrambling. He's allegedly consulting attorneys who specialize in religious grievance cases, claiming that filming the destruction of the ring would violate his beliefs. His attempting to frame Janelle's healing as harassment, her freedom as an attack. It's a familiar pattern. When he can't control the woman, he tries to control the platform. But here's the problem for Kody. The ring stopped belonging to him the moment he gave it away. Legally, symbolically, permanently, he does not own the meaning anymore, and he never did. And while his threatening lawsuits and calling himself the victim, the guest list for this wedding tells a different story. The children are expected to be there. The support system is intact. The room will be full. Kody won't be. There is no chair waiting for him. No role reserved. No authority acknowledged. And that absence is louder than any manifesto he could ever write. This ceremony isn't about revenge. It's about closure without permission. Janelle is not asking to be released. She is declaring herself finished. And the fire isn't just melting metal, it's burning the last illusion Kody had left, the belief that he still matters in her story. Because once that ring collapses into molten gold, there is no covenant left to argue about. No paperwork to threaten with. No spiritual eviction to enforce. Ash doesn't answer letters. And Kody knows it. Once the fire ritual became real, Kody didn't calm down. He escalated. According to multiple insiders, Kody is no longer focused on stopping the wedding. He knows that's impossible. Instead, he has shifted into damage control mode, trying to prevent the public from witnessing his authority being destroyed in real time. This is where the legal threats begin. Sources claim Kody has been consulting lawyers who specialize in fringe religious grievance cases. Not mainstream attorneys, the kind who argue persecution, spiritual harm, and constitutional violations. His argument is reportedly this: that filming and airing Janelle's ceremony, especially the ring destruction, constitutes an attack on his religious beliefs. In other words, he's trying to turn her healing into a civil offense. He allegedly believes he can claim emotional damages, arguing that Janelle's public rejection of their former faith humiliates him and causes psychological harm. It's the ultimate reversal, the man accused of decades of emotional manipulation now positioning himself as the victim. But legal experts close to the production say his case is weak to the point of embarrassment. The ring is personal property. The marriage is a civil event. And Kody does not own a belief system. Once the ring was given, it stopped being his. Once the marriage ended, his authority ended with it. No document, no doctrine, no tantrum restores that power. And while Kody is threatening cease and desist letters, Janelle is doing something far more devastating. She's writing her vows. These aren't standard wedding promises. Insiders describe them as a direct rejection of the entire structure that once controlled her life. Equality replaces hierarchy. Transparency replaces secrecy. Partnership replaces obedience. One leaked section reportedly emphasizes shared decision-making and financial openness, a pointed contrast to years of hidden spending and unequal control. Another section focuses on love without competition, a concept completely incompatible with the system Kody defended for decades. This isn't subtle. This is intentional. Every sentence dismantles the rules Kody enforced. Every word exposes how broken those rules were. And the officiant, whether David or Logan, is reportedly prepared to ask a question that cuts straight through Kody's worldview. A promise to honor independence, not suppress it. To protect autonomy, not dominate it. That single question invalidates everything Kody stood for. According to insiders, Kody has reacted to the leaked vows with fury. He allegedly called them propaganda, claimed they mock sacred structure, and insisted that a marriage without a single authority figure is doomed. But the scoreboard doesn't lie. His system produced isolation, estrangement, and collapse. Her new one is producing peace. As the ceremony approaches, Kody is said to be spiraling further. There are rumors he's trying to identify wedding attendees, paranoid that speeches will expose him. He reportedly fears the vows most of all, because once they are spoken publicly, his version of the story dies. And then there's the final humiliation. The kiss. Production insiders say the camera plan includes a deliberate shot of absence, a space where Kody would once have stood, now empty. No patriarch. No blessing. No presence. Just proof that the family continued without him. That visual matters more than any letter he ever wrote. And even after the ceremony, he still can't let go. There are whispers that Kody has been trying to track Janelle's honeymoon plans, allegedly considering serving legal papers during the trip to disrupt her happiness. If true, it confirms what this has always been about: control through interference. But Janelle is prepared. She has legal backing. She has support. And she has nothing left to lose. Which makes her untouchable. The spiritual eviction letter was meant to frighten her into compliance. Instead, it became evidence of his unraveling. The wedding didn't exile her from anything. It exposed him. He didn't remove her from heaven. He removed himself from her future. Now he's left with documents no one respects, threats no one fears, and authority no one recognizes. Kody Brown tried to rule through fear. Janelle Brown chose freedom, publicly, permanently, and without permission. And that's the end of his power.